Very good afternoon to the ladies and gentlemen. We had some very interesting discussions around digitization in this industry. The BFSI industry has been absolutely at the forefront of digitization. In fact, the digital adoption in India is, in fact, far ahead of some of the Western countries in this space at least. We have done remarkably well in this industry. Most importantly, in the space of all the customer touching interfaces, if you look at the customer touching interface of payments, KYC, relationship management, everything has been digitized and digitized in a very significant way. When you look at digitization in that nature, you also need a very different kind of infrastructure. The infrastructure requirements of the industry is now become, from a point of view of large infrastructure, to very scalable and flexible infrastructure, because customer requirements keep changing, customer scale and requirements change. What is required is very uptime. The dependence on this is very, very mission critical. Few moments of outages and you lose reputation as well as business. You need robust connectivity. The connectivity requirements are very different now. You need not just need to connect to your branches, you also need to connect to your customers, which means a very robust peering and everything else which comes along with that. And of course, security. You carry such a huge amount of customer data and therefore the security requirements. So the infrastructure requirements have changed dramatically with the change in the technology in this space. And that is where cloud and new technologies are playing a big part in it. When you look at cloud, it is also fueling a very, very significant shift in the build-up of infrastructure on the data center side. Obviously, entire cloud infrastructure rests on the data centers, and that's the space where India is making remarkable progress. The investment in this industry has moved from around 4-odd billion a few years back to almost 10 billion in next few years. The capacities is growing at a rate of doubling every 2 to 3 years, so around 500 megawatt to 1,000 and then to 2,000. And obviously, beyond the demand which is coming from the adoption of technologies, what is also happening is there's a big investment in green energy, which is fueling this whole investment in data center, as well as a lot of other incentives which are coming for this industry. So there's a massive investment which is happening in this space. When you look at data center, obviously the choices are, do you really build and run yourself versus do you go to a colo space? I think now that those choices are very clear. Again, coming from the need of the technology, you need a very high resilient environment. Obviously, data centers have everything redundant. Most of our data centers are running at 100% uptime in last many, many years. So absolutely high level of resilience. Cost is a big factor. In this space, 70% cost is energy. And with the adoption of green energy, someone like us in Airtel Nxtra, we are using 100% green energy in all our facilities, to the extent the regulations allow in each of the states. So that brings dramatically your cost of usage. Of course, this is an industry where you have to be future ready, because the servers are becoming more and more compact and more power hungry. Typical rack used to keep 4 to 5 kilowatt. Now the racks are coming in 8 to 10 kilowatt, and then they will progress to 20. So you need data centers which can cater to much higher load and density, and that's what data centers allow you for. And of course, the connectivity part of it. What we are doing at Airtel, at Nxtra, we already have 12 facilities around the country. We operate almost 150 megawatt of power in these facilities, which is huge in terms of the consumption we have. We are serving more than 400 enterprises, including some of the large banks, both domestic as well as multinationals. And of course, we have built a huge capability of almost 120 data centers around the country. So we have one of the largest footprints of data center across the country amongst any other player in the industry. And given the growth ahead of us, big investment plans, we are putting more than 5,000 crore in this business in next 2 to 3 years, building 7 new hyperscaler facilities. So the 150 megawatt, which we are operating today, will go to 400 megawatt in next 3 years' time. So massive amount of investments which are going in to increase capacity. We are coming up with facilities in Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Delhi, almost all the major cities you can think of, we will have large new hyperscaler facilities coming up there. And of course, the biggest of them, the latest of them is in Mumbai. We will have a Mumbai facility up and coming, ready in October this year. This is a 85 megawatt facility, the biggest we are building across the country. It's campus with 3 different buildings, and it's designed to be absolutely the best in its class. In fact, the load factor in this facility is 2,500 kg, which is completely new in the country, which can support up to 20 megawatt rack sizes in this facility. So this is the latest investments we are doing. And I'm very much looking forward to partner with some of you and all of you as we go on in this journey and as you progress in your journey of investing in more and more digital technologies.